क्या बात है, बाप रे बाप।
हिंदी बोल सकती हूँ, लेकिन आजकल रियाज नहीं करती हूँ।
70% Indian, like look at her. She's also wearing a gajra. You're like Desi mamash.
Sangeet Sandhya, it was a beautiful event.
Goes in India very slowly and shanti and
We can never forget India and we cannot live without India.
These Israeli artists play Indian rhythms in Israel. I am here with Jira. So I was here for a function called Sangeet Sandhya. Why don't you introduce what were you playing and what did you present for us today?
So today we played an ancient form of Indian classical music named Drupad. It's a very, very beautiful art preserved by Guru Shishya Parampara tradition in India. So basically I was doing a vocal concert, playing a tanpura, beautiful instrument made of a pumpkin and wood, giving the drone, and I was accompanied with my friend Tamar playing the tabla.
Okay, so why don't we like take back from when you started to develop this craft, because you're an artist.
Yes.
And you're developing your craftsmanship. Where are you originally from in Israel?
So originally I'm from Jerusalem. My first place of studying this form of art was in Varanasi, which I find very resonating with Jerusalem in many aspects. It's very ancient city, it's very religious. There is a lot of traditions going on there, and you have these small streets. There is some similarity points, so I could feel...
You could feel it. So you went to India.
I went to India.
Where in India did you go?
First I went to Varanasi.
Oh, can I say something? I made a video on that. I called Jerusalem as the Varanasi of Israel.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like exactly the same, but they're very similar. Why it's very spiritual, but also like there's so much culture, and then two ancient civilizations. There's so much. So I called Jerusalem as the Varanasi of India.
Yeah, exactly. So you could
Israel, sorry.
Yeah. So you could really feel the culture is living in the stones. Everything is new and old at the same time, and you have the Ganga River there always, and I could wake up in the morning and go to my rooftop and see everyone is waking up in the morning around and starting their practice, early practice. There was an ashram there and an ashram there. And it was a very romantic and to the point spot to start with. I was learning also in Delhi afterwards. And
I also heard of something about Rajasthan.
Yeah, in Rajasthan, I did a bit of study in Rajasthan, but it's more like the folk is very alive in Rajasthan, and there is a beautiful scene of musicians there, and it's amazing. But I didn't have guru system where it was more of like just
absorbing what you learn and practice it.
Because I feel like they just have it, you know? It's not like the classical art, it's amazing because for people like me from abroad, you know, it's a form so beautifully arranged, you know, was built up all these thousands of years and so wise, and every note and every decoration have the precise name, and every rhythm you learn the strokes of the percussion, and you learn everything so precisely and beautiful, and it's really beautiful, engaging procedure to dive in, and then the folk is just there.
It's just there. Wait, so how long have you been practicing?
I started to learn it in 2012.
Okay.
And in the first year, obviously I did only exercise. I didn't even started with the ragas. It's not even slow because I say it and it sounds slow, but it's not slow. There is so much to do actually, because you want to map all the notes first and you want to get the sound. And for us, of course, it takes a bit more because we have also the pronunciation and things that we have to practice.
Absolutely.
More, yeah.
Okay, how much time did you spend in India?
So I was going for 10 years in a row. I was going for 4 to 6 months every year.
4 to 6 months.
And then I used to go back to Israel and work and do my thing and save my savings to be able to go and study again, because I was like...
really focused to go and learn.
Yes.
Okay.
And still, I felt like...
you have so much more to learn.
And it's different than to be there the whole year, of course.
I understand.
Yeah.
I know, because you spend so much time, I'm sure you learned some words, a few sentences in Hindi or the Indian languages. Can you say something for our audience?
Yeah, okay. The first thing you learn when you learn music in any festival you go is, of course, to say "Kya baat hai."
Kya baat hai?
Kya baat hai.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then something very useful, "Baap re baap."
Baap re baap. Okay, one last question.
Yes.
It is so unique for Israelis to go to India. It's not, I wouldn't say unique, but artists from Israel to go to India and spend so much time and pick up the culture and the knowledge and the wisdom of the craftsmanship.
Yes.
Bring it here and present to the audience. What do you have to say about that?
I feel it's a huge thing to be presenting. It's like a huge responsibility. So on one hand, I feel very honored and also very scared because I don't want to do a mistranslation. And I feel also very lucky that I can do it because, you know, in India there is so many beautiful artists, amazing masters, and this music is, even though this form is still kind of rare, but it's still alive, and
Right.
the tradition is alive, and there is amazing masters. And then here we can just give something to our local community, like a taste of what it's like, and to be able to do it, it's a lot of responsibility. And I feel like I'm on the way. I cannot say I'm
There.
yeah,
Completely.
like it's a life process.
A life
And
process.
I haven't threw the thing when I started. I just fell in love and I started and I did it. And of course, it's an amazing journey, and just really honored and happy whenever there is a stage or someone that is giving them joy. Because that's actually, if you are not into doing something good for yourself and for your community and your surrounding, it's very difficult to do this type of stuff.
I agree.
Because it's not a materialistic achievement type of place to put your energy and effort.
I understand.
Yeah.
I have to say thank you for
you
bringing
so
our
much.
culture and also yours now, because you're like 70% Indian. Like, look at her. She's also wearing a kurta. It's not me, it's her. And you see, can you turn
Not
around?
every
She's also wearing a gajra. You're like desi mamash.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for doing that for our people
That's
here and representing India.
Thank you.
And you were amazing, and keep doing the work you do and spreading the Indian culture in Israel.
Thank you so much, and thank you again for coming. And
So I am here with, why don't you introduce yourself?
Namaste, my name is Tamar Klopper and I play the tabla. I started to study in 2009, I think.
Okay,
So few years.
a few years. We have lost count.
Yeah, I lost count.
So you have been going to India to study and how to play tabla.
Yeah, I started while I was traveling in India, and then I continued in Israel with a few Israeli teachers and in one school that is dedicated to Eastern music.
Okay. Is there a school? Because I have no idea.
Yeah,
There's a school
for Eastern music, and it has inside some teachers that are teaching bansuri and vocal and tabla.
Can you just mention the name of the school?
The name of the school is Musrara.
Musrara?
It's in Jerusalem. Musrara ללימודי מוזיקה מזרחית.
Okay.
They have also a diploma, but it's Eastern music, so it's very vast. Persian music and Arabic music and Indian music. After I studied in Israel, I went to India. That time I got a scholarship from ICCR to study. I actually made my bachelor degree in BHU,
Okay.
Banaras Hindu University, and I studied philosophy. That time I came for the bachelor degree, but also to study tabla in a regular manner, and I had my teacher there, Gian Swarop Mukherjee is my teacher from Varanasi, and I had the pleasure also to listen to so many beautiful concerts. And after I completed my bachelor degree, I went every year for 6 months back and forth to continue.
Just like Shira. She also mentioned
Like,
that back for like 6 months and then come back, save some money, go back.
Until I got pregnant, and then I stayed in Israel, and now I have my girls. My big girl is 6 years old, and now it's a good time
Sweet.
to go
To go
again,
back again.
by myself.
By
With
myself.
her, she also came to Varanasi when
Oh,
she
sweet.
was 2 years old.
I do have a question for you. I know there are so many instruments in Indian music in general, but why tabla specifically?
I just fell in love with it. I wanted to learn percussion since I was young, and I studied a bit of some different percussion, darbuka, which is a Middle Eastern drum, and djembe, African drum, and then I came to India to travel and I saw djembe classes. So I went for one djembe class, and in the side of the room there was this pair of tablas, because the teacher was actually a tabla player, of course. We just teach the tourists djembe because that's what they like. And I asked him to show me how this instrument works, and then I told him, forget about the djembe.
I just want to learn tabla.
Yeah, and since then
You have been
I fell in
love with tabla.
Yeah.
Now, since you've spent so much time in India, I'm sure you've learned a few Hindi words and sentences.
हिंदी बोल सकती हूँ, लेकिन आजकल रियाज नहीं करती हूँ, तो थोड़ा
भूल गए हम.
भूल गया. Yeah.
But that was so good. Oh my gosh, that was impressive, I have to say. Okay, what do you miss about India?
First of all, I miss my friends and my teacher, of course, very much. I miss the the way how time goes in India, very slowly and shanti, and the smell, the colors, and Ganga Ji. I want to be next to Ganga and bath in the Ganga, and
It's a different life altogether.
oh yes.
I was telling Shira about it. I said, I made a video saying that Jerusalem is the Varanasi of Israel. It's not exactly, but just the essence of it is just like spiritual, and there's the culture, and there's so much history. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to go to Varanasi and see. I have never been to Varanasi myself. But I want to go to Varanasi and really explore that side, and because I see that a lot of people from all around the world are obsessed with Varanasi. It's just something about that place. It just keeps you there.
It's
right?
either you love it or you hate it. Same in Jerusalem. By the way, I grew up in Jerusalem, in the center of the city. So I think it's the holy place magnet, you know. Either you are connected with this magnet and you cannot leave, or it rejects you and pushes you away.
Because it's so intense.
It's intense, yeah.
I understand. Okay, one final question, or a few words from you, because a lot of our audiences are from India and they love the blend of India and Israel, and you're the perfect example of an Israeli presenting Indian culture in Israel. Do you have a message for them or something to say?
I just want to say I miss India so much. Yeah, I think the Indian culture is so rich and so magnificent, and I'm very proud to present bits and pieces of it to Israel, and I think Israelis, they love it. In one way, they connect very easily to this culture. And I wish we could mix more.
Mix more. That's also my goal, is to bring a blend of India and Israel. Leat, like slowly, one day at a time. And I have to say, I also said it to Shira, thank you for presenting the Indian culture in Israel.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So let me introduce you to the one and only Eva auntie. I'm sure you've seen the holy video. She was in that video, and amchi sarvat favorite auntie ahe Eva auntie, Eva Tadegaonkar, and she's actively involved in the Indian Jewish community, and also she's always there for the events that ICC, which is the Indian Cultural Center, hosts. And I was like, auntie, I have to get you on camera today. First of all, what do you feel about Sangeet Sandhya?
Sangeet Sandhya, it was a beautiful event and we all really enjoyed. All the events that Indian Cultural Center organizes, we come here and we benefit, we enjoy, and we just love everything.
Any thoughts? Because I was telling Tamar and Shira about it, that sometimes we as Indian people don't know as much as they know about our culture, right? They are so deep-rooted and involved and completely immersed.
Yes, when I see that, I really feel why our Indian children, those are born in Israel, why don't they go and they learn and they take the benefit and they bring the Indian culture to Israel? It will be great. It's very important, and we will just love it if they will do that.
She has made Aliyah just like me, but years ago.
In 1988.
1988. Wait, so how many many years is that?
35.
Only 35 years in Israel.
Now
But-
it will be 36. 36.
So let's say almost 40. Okay, let's round it up. But the fact that she's been here for so long and is still in touch with the culture shows so much about your personality. You can leave India, but India will never leave you.
Leave you. Right. That is right. We are in constant touch with our friends, with our relatives, and we can never forget India, and we cannot live without India.
Perfect.
And
Right.
that is why I took my voluntary retirement, and now I just love to teach Marathi.
Love to teach. Oh, by the way, yes. Also, we're going to do a separate video with Eva Aunty, but she takes Marathi classes at ICC, and she has lovely students, Israeli and Indian,
Israeli and Indian.
who want to learn Marathi online.
On Zoom.
On Zoom. So if you're an Israeli or an Indian who wants to learn Marathi, please get in touch with her. I'll add the link in the description.
And it's all voluntary.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for your service, and
You're
it's
welcome.
always.
You are also doing a very great job, and we just love you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You